From The Reporter, the paper of record for Delaware County's towns and villages, this is Off the Record, a quick look at the latest county news. I'm Andrew Kantor. This week, we've got seniors getting the shaft, a heated meeting in Hancock, worrying about data centers coming, and more. That said, let's get to it. What's the latest thing county planners have to think about? That would be data centers, like the giant buildings filled with computers used for cloud storage and more lately for artificial intelligence. The thing is, they can have a huge impact on a community. They use a ton of electricity, they can strain the local grid, they need water, and a lot of it. And they use that for cooling, which means that warm water gets dumped into rivers and streams, and that does weird stuff to the critters that live there. And data centers, they don't really bring a lot. There'll be some construction jobs, they might need a handful of tech workers, but it's not like they're employing hundreds of people. So officials in the county, they're trying to get ahead of the game, just in case some company wants to build a data center around here. They want to figure out what kind of regulations they might need, see what other places have done, what's worked, what hasn't. I mean, the area's got some potential. Land prices are low compared to a lot of places. There's easy access, thank you, I-88, and plenty of water. So it's a good bet there are at least some companies with Delaware County on a list of places they want to check out. We'll be ready. So there was this plan to bring renewable energy from upstate New York down to the city, and Delaware County was a pretty big part of it. It was called the Clean Path Project. The idea was something like 175 miles of high-voltage underground power lines carrying wind and solar power downstate. We've got that big solar farm in Meredith that would connect with the Clean Path project. But now Clean Path is over. The developers pulled out, and the state just denied a plan to revive it, so it's pretty much dead for at least 15 or 20 years. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it's not good for Meredith, because, where's that power going to go? But it wasn't going to do much for the area. No tax payments, no community benefits, just a lot of digging. Clean energy is a good thing. But it would be a better thing if it helped the towns and villages up here too. There's a bunch of stuff going on in Stamford. The village is considering some new senior housing, and at the same time, it has to deal with the burnt-out remains of a couple of buildings that need to be demolished, and it's not clear who's gonna pay to demolish them. And then there's this bridge on River Street that's closed for now. It could be reopened for pedestrians and bicycles, but because the village accepted more than $1 million from the state to restore it, it's got to be repaired and reopened for vehicles within the next couple of years. So the village can't really open it for pedestrians while they're restoring it. And that is what's going on in Stamford. In breaking news, Sidney is not getting an Aldi. So the big, beautiful bill, it's basically screwing over Delaware County seniors. They're going to lose a big chunk of money for food and nutrition programs, thanks to Congress. Well, a little more than half of Congress, which cut funds for the SNAP Ed program that helps seniors eat better. Why? To give billionaires tax cuts, really. We're talking close to $150,000 a year being cut as of September 30th. The county might be able to stretch its funds for another year, but it's going to lose a staff person at the Office for the Aging. And after that, sorry seniors, you're just not a priority. Yeah, in the richest nation in the history of the world, we are nickel and diming programs to keep older folks fed. That just doesn't feel beautiful, does it? So, what else is happening in the county? The Hancock Town Council meeting got a bit heated between Town Supervisor Jerry Vernald and David Rubera. Both are running for the town supervisor seat, Vernald as a conservative, Rubera as a Republican. And apparently Rubera posted something on Facebook that Vernald didn't like, so they went at it at the meeting. You can read the details in the paper. So, Margaretville. Margaretville. Based on the last trustees meeting there, the village is like some kind of dystopian nightmare. Broken sidewalks, weeds everywhere, people who don't know how to park, flooding after it rains, neighbors pumping water willy-nilly, dogs and cats living together. No one knows who to call, no one knows what's even illegal anymore. Is this the beginning of the end of Margaretville? Or is it just a bunch of minor issues that need a little community help? Speaking of Margaretville, the village wants food trucks, but not really, not if they compete with local businesses. But people do like them, and there hasn't been any kind of complaint or anything. Just in case, though, trustees there are looking to pass a law to regulate food trucks and other transient businesses. You know, where they can set up, making sure there's enough parking, that they don't block the roads, that sort of thing. And just in case, the law would also allow the town clerk to deny a license if a business didn't meet the quote-unquote public interest of the village. Now that won't be contentious at all. Well, that's it for this week's Off the Record, but you know the drill. There's plenty more in the Reporter, the county's Office of the Aging. It's got a lot of stuff going on. The Delaware County Popo is going to be using seized drug money to help pay for investigations into violent crime and narcotics. And there's our coverage of Family Farm Day, too. Actually, there's even more. You just need to pick up the paper, or better yet, subscribe. Head over to the-reporter.net. It is your hometown paper, and it's a lot better than Facebook for getting the news. Until next week, I am Andrew Kantor. Thanks for being here.